Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Healing Room Tarot. This is yours truly, Magoon, also known as B. I am bringing our nightly, well, not nightly, but our weekly spiritual progress report, mainly because we've had we're on the precipice, of one big thing after having another one. So this past full moon was known as the cold moon. And it happened in Gemini, which is our communication sign, um, ruled by the planet of Mercury, communication. And I find it interesting because we did have a Mercury retrograde. And then it's like after the retrograde, we had this powerful force of communication coming in. And it was our last full moon of the year. So, what is Spirit saying with this big communication? I'm not even going to say scare, but the word scare wanted to come in. So that lets me know that maybe there's some news that you are afraid of getting, or some news that um, you have received and you're scared, but not fully understanding what that is. So, we're going to get clarity on that. Um, So I've asked Spirit to give us insight on what is it that we need to know about the occurrence of this new moon. I mean, this full moon, this past full moon that we've just had, and the significance between that and what's happening in the new year. Um, I've meditated, and right before I meditated, well, not right before, but during my meditation, I saw two decks. So I know Spirit wants me to use two specific decks. Um, so that lets me know that in the reading, there's going to be certain designs in the cards that I need to show someone. It's when Spirit gives me certain decks, I know that it's a message in it within the design of the cards. If this is your first time, welcome. I do this or try to do this every Monday. If not on every Monday, I will do it on Tuesday sometimes or on Sunday, but you will always get a spiritual progress report. Now, there's only been 1 week since I've done this that I have not given a report. Um, but the viewers receive the message in another light. And I say that because on Tuesdays at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am, along with one of my really good friends, host a show called Cards and Conversations, where we pull cards and have conversations on different topics. If you're going to join us tonight, I would implore you to look at that video or join us live, because it's going to be one that's really needed at this time. Also, you can find me on Instagram under the same title, healing underscore room underscore tarot, on Instagram, where you can receive um, personal messages from me. You'll also receive information on our gear. There, I do have an online store. Um, there's a few things cooking or being prepared, I should say. But there you can find merchandise. And, we're going to get right into the reading. I feel it. I just feel it. I'm going to get right into it. I'm already getting a name. So, Sharon, I'm hearing this is for you. So, Sharon, whenever you see this reading, this is for you. And I will also say that these are timeless readings unless otherwise stated. So that means whenever you come across this video, It's intended for spirit to deliver that message to you, no matter when the video was created. These cards are coming out. Oh, okay. I'm hearing that there's one more. All right. So we're going to start off with this deck. First card. Now, I have not seen these cards, so we're going to see them together. Justice. So remember when I said earlier, you feel like there's some news that you received and you're scared about. That's the confirmation right there. You don't need to be worried about this message because or the news, because you're receiving justice. Whenever you get justice, that means that there's a wrong being righted. I guess that's how you would say a wrong has become right. We're going to get more into the cards. Let me shift this just briefly. Okay, I'm being asked to get one of my crystals, so give me just a second. Okay, so this is the crystal. It's actually a piece of coal, iron coal, that they believe came from it's a certain stone in the earth. And if memory serves me correct, it's from Russia originally. It's a Russian stone. Um, I'm hearing Pediarite. I don't know that this is that stone. But I'm hearing Pediarite just as plain as day right now. And so maybe someone needs to get that. I'm gonna actually look this up because yeah, I like to give correct information. And I will correct myself on this channel. If I give you wrong information, I will let you know when I've given you wrong information and it needs to be corrected. So I'm gonna get this for you because I want to make sure. Of course, the technology to want to work with me. This lets me know that there's been some sort of interruption, like your messages. For some of you, you're receiving messages, but they're not clear. It's like you have to. I forget the name of the game, but it's like where it's a scramble. Thank you, Spirit. It's scramble. And so it's like the message has been scrambled. So you have to figure out how the pieces are supposed to go. Okay, yeah, it's called Peter Site. Pieter Site. It's also known as the Peter Stone. Petersite is a rare and stunning variety of chalcedony characterized by its vibrant mix of colors and chatoyant swirls. Here are key points about Petersite. The color and appearance. Petersite typically exhibits shades of blue, gold, red, and brown in swirling patterns. It has a chatoyant effect with bands of light that move across the surface when viewed from different angles. Petersite is composed primarily of quartz and is characterized by embedded fibers of amphibole minerals such as crasidolite, blue asbestos, that's literally what it has in quotes, and fibrous silica. Petersite was first discovered in Namibia, Africa, and is also found in other locations such as China. It's used in jewelry, the metaphysical properties and metaphysical beliefs. Petersite is believed to enhance intuition, insight, and spiritual growth. It is associated with transformation, courage, and inner strength. It is saying that it is a rare and it is a rare stone, so it is a collector's item. So if you have this in your possession, it is highly sought after. It says you can clean it with mild soap and water, but should be protected from scratches and sharp blows. But otherwise, it's very durable. So I've given you that. Um, oh, there we go. Yes. So the stone. So the interesting thing is that it talked about. I think it talked a little bit about shungite in the Peter stone. Okay, maybe not. But either way, the stone that I was asked to get is shungite. This is that the stone from Russia. So I don't know why the Petersite and the shungite was being called as you're getting the justice, but maybe whoever needs this needed to see this. And I am going to read you what shungite is very popular for. It's a unique form of carbon containing up to 98% carbon in elite shungite, full, fullerness, and other minerals like quartz and mica. It's very popular in jewelry and carving for its beauty and unique color because it is like a dark gray to black with gold specks. Um, One thing is, the stone is heralded as the miracle stone in both spiritual and scientific communities. Crystal healers praise shungite, particularly shungite water, for its healing properties. Scientists revere shungite as the only naturally occurring source of unique molecules called fullerness. Um, called fullerness. It's also known as kungite coal or algae coal, and it's not. but it's really not a coal. The term shungite, natural black, or carbon black refer to paint pigment created from shungite powder, a practice started in the 1700s. Mm. Now, this is something that I did not know. This is something that I'm finding out on live with you all right now. And it said, what zodiac is shungite good for? Shungite is a zodiac stone for three signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn. I'm a Cancer that have Scorpio placements. I even think, and Capricorn placement. The gem is great for balancing Scorpio's often extreme emotional reactions and helping perfectionistic Capricorns be less hard on themselves. For any timid Cancer, shungite's solid foundation building properties support standing up for yourself. So this is for my this is for definitely good for my Capricorn side. Um, I'm trying to get to a certain part of this. One thing, if you're new to my channel, is that I never know what is going to happen until it happens. Usually, this does not happen on my life. Um, it's very rare that it does. Oh, so physically, this stone was used, it says, based on evidence of shungite removing pesticides and contamination from water in a 2018 study, and removing radioactive compounds from water in a 2017 study. It also was known to protect rats from EMF radiation in a 2003 study. So this is really good for removing radiation from around you and purifying the water from around you. It's good for emotional healing. Um, it's said to be very grounding and connecting you to earthly energies and building a foundation for personal growth. Another purported shungite benefit is emotional stability, helping you make rational decisions and learn from intense emotions instead of being consumed by them. Crystal healers use shungite for promoting mental clarity and optimism in those dealing with stressful financial or relationship struggles. So, if you're going through a financial or relationship struggle, this is the stone for you. And again, with it coming out with justice, it's both stones, the Petersite and the shungite, is letting you know that surround yourself with these stones. Um, if you maybe, I don't know who my watchers are, like where you're located. Um, so if you're in any of those places, or if you have access to any of these crystals or stones, they're in your possession for a reason. You came across this reading for this reason, to let you know that you are to cling and hold on to them, meditate with them. I would even, the way that the shungite has said, I would even place this stone in some water and let it sit for like 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, and let the water get its properties and save it. Put it in your bath water, put it in a spray and spritz it over yourself as you begin your day to absorb some of the properties. It is good for radiation. So if you're able to put it on, if you have it in jewelry form, wear it. If you have it in this form, kind of keep it around you to help get rid of the radiation. But again, if you're feeling nervous about the messages that you have been seeing, maybe whether it's through, I was about to say zodiac. So maybe it's you've watched a zodiac reading and you were trying to get clarity and understanding. You heard something and you started to become fearful of it. Spirit is saying, no, 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 you're getting justice. You are getting justice, and to calm yourself to prepare what's to come. The next card is Temperance. Like I said, calm yourself and prepare what's to come. Temperance is all about understanding that you're going to get that return of asset. That you have to, with temperance, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. One of the things I know that this is something, I'm not going to say something that I struggle with, but I did struggle with it when I was younger. But that was because of who I am. And if you visit us tonight on Cards and Conversation, I'm actually going to dive a little more into that. So I don't want to share this necessarily on there, but I do want you to watch that reading. If you do not have access to Instagram, it will be recorded on the same platform. So you can watch that reading there. But I will say this, waiting is definitely a virtue. And the fact that you have justice, it's like your justice is here, it's coming, but you have to be patient because your dawn is arising. You see the sun behind the angel there? It's like your angel is saying you are getting um, what you've prayed for. You are getting your return of investment, as we like to say in the business world. But that sun is letting you know that there is a new horizon. And I think it's amazing because the sun is also over the justice card, letting you know that justice is on your side. The next card out of the deck, oh, King of Pentacles. Wise counsel is what I'm hearing. So maybe there's someone in your life that's going to provide you uh, wise counsel on financial matters. You could be that person, right? You could be learning about financial matters and you're getting to that point where you're satisfied with how your finances are coming in. And if you're not yet, and I'm saying yet, because again, remember, justice is here, temperance is here. You have to wait on these things. You're going to be someone that has, that knows how to spend your money wisely. The money is coming in gratefully. The next is the Five of Swords here. So the Five of Swords lets me know that this is what's on kind of like been bothering you. You've kind of been in this era of, am I moving forward? Am I not? And I say that because the Six of Swords is the movement card, meaning you move from one location to the next. But since you have five, it lets me know that this standstill moment is when it's almost like a launching pad. It's that space of right before you take off. Think about a plane when you're getting ready to take off, and I know that some people get really nervous, so they sit there like this and they're waiting for a takeoff until it takes off, and then when they're in the air they're like, so it's that feeling right before you get ready to take off. The next card, the Emperor. The Emperor is all about movement, execution. The Emperor is all about, I know what works, I know what does not work. And really, if you look at it, if you're going from the King of Pentacles and you haven't reached your king, you haven't reached those pentacles yet, but you're in this waiting cell, but then you have the Emperor. It's almost as if you're being set up for something big, for something that you're going to be able to handle and rule. And I'm hearing spiritually as well as physically. So there's going to be something that you're going to master and you're going to have control. Look in the Emperor's. For me, it's on my right, so it may be on your left or your right, but the ball, hold on, right here, this is letting me know like you have something in your hands that you don't really see yet. Like that's is my attention keeps going to that. You have something in your hand that you, thank you, Spirit says you have clay in your hand. With clay you can mold it to be whatever you want it to be. As the master builder, when you have that capability, you can literally mold things into how you want it to be. So it's like you can mold your situation to what it needs to be. What is it that you have been yearning for? What is it that you have been wanting and you're like, I don't think it's quite going to come just yet. Okay? Give me just a second. Excuse me there. So what is it that you are what is it that you have? And I for whatever reason my mind keep going back to this message. This message is, it's almost like you have something and someone told you that that's not going to work. So say like you had a business plan and somebody said, oh, that's not going to work, you have to go back to the drawing board. In spirit is saying, not so, that it's the complete opposite. You have it so you can mold it to how you want it to be. So you just have to, you're going to figure out, you're going to get a message. This again, the message was in the code, that was in the code full moon. And so if you think about it, cold means it was probably frozen. That means it's got to warm up. So why are you waiting for this thing to unthaw? It's going to unfold how it should be done. You're going to receive the idea. I know that there's a personal project that I have been working on, and I've been waiting and waiting, and finally it started to unfold itself. I actually wrote out a plan of action on how it should unfold, and I'm happy with the results. Now I can center on what exactly I'm looking for. And so you may have already entered this space. You have already entered this emperor space so that you can not only master it, but when you start to work in and on this project, everything is going to unfold how it's supposed to be. Um, I'm actually smiling because I listened to a few other readers, and one of the readers mentioned this very card. So I'm going to actually state what she said, but I'm also going to give you the message that Spirit has given me, and that is this Tower card. So what she was saying is that some of you are going to experience this Tower card, but a Tower moment, but the moment is like your breakthrough, right? And to expound on that from what I'm receiving is that it's going to be a breakthrough because it's going to be something that the best the best analogy I can give is that, you know how they say kids say the darndest things? It's that your situation is like that little kid that everybody gets nervous around because they don't know what that kid is about to say. So it's like this thing that you do, this thing that you're creating, this thing that you're working on, this presentation, this speech, this business that you're creating is going to be one where once it's established, once it's out there, it's going to cause a ruckus to everybody else expectations of you, of the thing, of whatever it is. And it's going to be a tower because it's going to shake and shift perspective. It's going to shake and shift um, the normalcy of it all, whatever that normalcy is. And it's like you're going to bring something new, but it needs to be done because in this newness there's going to be a lot of awakenings. There's going to be a lot of there is going to be a lot of judgments. I'm hearing that too. It's going to be a lot of judgments, but at the end of the day you're doing what you've been called to do. You're going to shake and shift some things to the point where people are going to have to recognize, not have to recognize, but they're going to recognize that you're actually speaking truth. And it's for some people, this is a thought that may have been in the back of other people's minds for some of you, and it's like you're the one to voice it. Again, it's that little kid that everybody gets nervous because they don't know what's happening out that baby's mouth, but they know that every time that baby says something, it's what they all were thinking. I do want to share because I did see this as I was laying the cards down. The bottom of the deck is, oh, hold on. Yeah, I had to make sure I could share it. The bottom of the deck is the devil energy, which lets me know that there has been some, usually they you kind of incorporate the devil energy with addiction. But what I'm also getting is restraint. So there has been some kind of restraint, but this reading is letting me know that there are no more restraints. You're overcoming restraints. You're no longer holding that project hostage in your mind. You're letting it go, and it's going to cause a tower moment. Ooh, clarification cards. As soon as I picked up the deck, let's see. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles in reverse to the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're coming out of this energy of feeling unlucky, and and it's like things are not working in my favor. To now, things are you're gonna start seeing. I'm hearing it's like springtime in the winter. It's like the things that you start to plant are now going to start manifesting itself to you. You're no longer going to be like, okay, well, every time I do this, I never get good positive feedback. I never get what I really want. I always get some. I just heard slippery slope type of answer. So maybe that is significant to someone. So maybe it's like you ask questions and you don't get the answer that you're looking for. It's like they kind of talk around the answer without being direct. But it's like now you're going to start getting the answers. I got to look up that flower. I want to say it's a forget me not, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to state that. But you are getting a return of assets. 2 more cards to 3 more cards is wanting to fall out. Okay. So the first card is the 4 of Wands. So it's a celebration here. And not only is it a celebration, you're going to be able to start celebrating. We have the Hierophant here, meaning you're going to be celebrating because you're going to, not only are you going to start seeing a return of investments, not only are you going to start receiving things that you put out, you're going to be able to celebrate because Hierophant is here. The Hierophant is that thing that you're going to start receiving downloads. You're going to start receiving positive feedback from the spiritual realm. They're going to almost, it's not even almost, they're going to confirm everything that you do. So it's like, say that you are a reader, right? Say that you're watching me and you are a reader. Maybe you're a beginner. I know one of the things that happened for me is that I was like, am I really picking up what I'm really picking up? I had self-doubt, right? And then people start telling me everything that you said came true. What you're saying is true. So it's like this time you're going to get heaven's blessing. You're not going to get earthly confirmation and validation. You're going to start getting spiritual confirmation and validation. Something that I just heard, like the earth is going to bow down to your feet. Not literally, but it's almost like you can say, yeah, there's going to be a rain of shooting stars on Tuesday. And people will be like, yeah, right. And then all of a sudden on Tuesday, they're going to see a rain of shooting stars. And it's like, what? Yeah, we're going to go into this meeting. And at first, they're going to tell us no. But then they're going to think about it, and within 24 hours, they're going to give us everything that we requested and then some. And people are like, don't say that. You're such a Debbie Downer. Like, no, okay. And then you just like, okay. And then they go in and then they turn everybody down. And at the ninth hour, they said, you know what, we're going to rescind what we stated earlier. And we thought on a few things. And not only are we going to give you and your company what you requested, we're going to give you a little bit more because we want you to expound on another aspect of the project. And then people are going to be like, how did you know this? It's that type of energy. You're going to get downloads from spirit. So my background is in the church realm, the Christian church. And so non-denominational, I think it's important for me to say that. Um, so it's when somebody says the prophet prophesies something and it happens. It's almost like everything that comes out of your mouth starts to happen and people start to look at you. The like what's going, like every time this person opened their mouth, it comes true. And it's that type of energetic field around you. And then on top of this is backed by another card, a very familiar card, the Temperance card. You're it's like now is the time for you to start receiving what you've been praying for because you've been waiting patiently. So that's what I'm saying. You've been waiting patiently. And for some of you, you may have to wait again, but it's like the blessing is here, but now you really have to wait for its manifestation to you. Timing is everything. This message is for me because I had a conversation with Spirit yesterday. But timing is everything, and it's here. People are going to start believing. People, it's. I just heard like you're going to become like an overnight sensation overnight. Um, it's like at first people don't want to see it, but they have to. Page of Swords here, right? They're going to have to see it because they're going to be enlightened to the things that you're doing. They're going to start to notice things about you that they didn't notice before. And it's like it's always been there, but you haven't piqued your interest. You haven't I'm not going to say piqued their interest. You haven't noticed this person because of maybe their outward appearance or because you think that they're awkward, but now people are going to start to listen to the words that you're saying because they have no choice. It's almost like what do they say, it's like it's gold in those heels, and they knew it was gold because they were seeing the flecks within the earth, and it's like, well, what's that shining over there, right? And it's not going to be fool's gold. And what do we have? We have the Four of Cups. It's like, but this Four of Cups is like you're actually receiving the cup from spirit. You've actually, so in the traditional deck, you usually see like there's three cups knocked over, but then there's that one cup that's standing up, and usually it's like representing like there's still one more cup. There's still an offering, offer being offered to you, and it's like you are accepting this offer from spirit. the, this whole situation is the offer from spirit. I'm gonna get one more card. I love this reading. I love it. Seven of Swords in reverse. But this is a good thing. It means that nothing is going to be hidden from you anymore. It's all going to be presented to you. The Seven of Swords energy is all about someone being sneaky, someone hiding something is not truthful. It's that habit, that presence of having to hide oneself too. If it's personal, a spirit is like you no longer have to hide. You no longer have to, and this is definitely confirmation because it's something that I had to do on Sunday. Um, but either way, it's like you're no longer going to start to hide yourself. You're going to be in this energy of, I have to present, I have to do this thing. You're going to be in this energy of, wow, things are starting to really be revealed. Things that I didn't notice before, I'm starting to notice now. And that way, it's going to help you be able to navigate this during this time. It's going to be able to help you navigate your situations, to get the expected outcomes that you've been wanting, and you're going to start to see them. I was about to say you're going to start to see the flavor. So I don't know who that is for. Maybe you are a chef that's watching, baby. You've been trying to figure out this particular recipe. That flavor is going to come to you. Okay. So thank you all for joining. Again, please come back, like, share, and subscribe. If you know that someone needs to hear this message, please share it with them. And I look forward to spending much more time with you. Let's grow together, okay? Have a good day.